Have you ever wondered why, even in a crowded room, you sometimes feel completely alone? Why? No matter how much love you receive, a quiet ache lingers inside, whispering that something is missing. You laugh, you work, you achieve. Yet beneath it all, there is a subtle tension, a feeling of being cut off, as though you are a small fragment drifting in a vast, indifferent universe. That sense of separation is so normal we barely question it. But what if it isn't real? What if the very thing you call me and the world you call out there are not two, but one? For most of your life, you have been told a story, the story of you, a body, a mind, a personality, an individual moving through a world of other individuals, separate self with separate desires, fears, dreams, and struggles. This story feels so complete, so convincing, that you rarely stop to ask, is it true? Is it the whole picture? Or is it only a fragment of something far larger, something hidden in plain sight? Look around. Your eyes see objects, a chair, tree, a passing face. Your mind labels each thing and places it in a category. But pause. Notice the simple act of seeing. The colors, the shapes, the sheer experience of it. Before the label tree appears, before the thought chair arises, there is only perception, direct, alive, undivided. The division between me, the one looking, and that the thing looked at is added afterwards by thought. What if the separation is not in the world, but only in the mind? From the moment you were born, you began learning boundaries. This is your body. That is mine. This is safe. That is dangerous. This is yours. That is theirs. These lines helped you survive, helped you navigate the world, but slowly they became a prison. You came to believe you were nothing but a skin-wrapped identity locked inside your head, cut off from the rest of existence. And yet, when you fall deeply into love, when you are swept away by music, when you lose yourself in the vastness of nature, something else shines through. For a moment, the walls collapse, the boundaries dissolve, and you feel whole. Not because you gained something, but because for a moment, you stopped clinging to the illusion of separation. Still, the mind fights back. It whispers, no, I am. Me, you, are you. The world is out there, and I am in here. But if that is true, why do you suffer when someone else suffers? Why does a stranger's laughter warm your heart? Why does the beauty of a sunset move you to tears even though it has nothing to do with you? Could it be that you are not as separate as you've been told? Could it be that at the deepest level there is no in here or out there at all? Think of the ocean. Waves rise, dance, and fall. Each wave appears separate. Each has a shape, a beginning, an end. But look deeper, and you see the truth. Every wave is made of the same water. The wave is never separate from the ocean. It never was. You too are like that. A wave of consciousness, appearing separate, but never apart from the vast ocean of being. The illusion is in believing you are only the wave. The truth is that you are the ocean, expressing itself in temporary form. The illusion of separation shapes everything. It is why we fight, why we feel lonely, why we chase endlessly trying to fill the void. Because if you believe you are separate, then of course you believe you are incomplete. Of course you believe you must strive to protect yourself, prove yourself, define yourself against the world. And yet, every time you touch real connection with a friend, a lover, a piece of art, or the quiet of nature, you taste the truth. That wholeness was never missing. It was only hidden behind the veil of separation, but the veil is stubborn. The mind insists, if I am not separate, then who am I? If there is no me, what is left? These questions frighten us because they threaten the very ground we stand on. Yet listen closely, and you ask, who am I? And the usual answers fall away. Your name, your history, your personality. Something remains, a presence, an awareness, silent, spacious, alive. That presence is not separate. It is not yours. It is the same presence looking out. Of every pair of eyes, hearing through every set of ears, breathing in every chest. It is not personal, it is universal. And it is what you truly are. Imagine, for a moment, that all the walls of separation crumbled. No longer me versus you, no longer my life versus the world, just life, just being. What would change? Perhaps you would stop clinging so tightly to control, because you would see that life is moving through you, not against you. Perhaps you would stop fearing death, because you would know that the wave falling is not the end of the ocean. Perhaps you would love more freely, because you would realize that in loving another, you are simply loving yourself. Non-Duality is not a philosophy. It is not an idea to be believed. It is the direct seeing that reality is whole, and the separation is only a dream. And when you see this, even for a moment, life softens. The constant struggle to defend your identity loosens its grip. The search for completion relaxes, because what you were searching for is what you already are. So the question becomes, will you keep chasing the illusion, or will you pause and look? Will you keep clinging to the idea of being a separate self? Or will you allow yourself to dissolve into the greater whole? It is not easy. The mind will resist. It will scream, I don't want to disappear. But the paradox is this. You do not disappear. You become more real than ever. Because what you lose is only the mask. What you gain is everything. And so here, in this moment, you are invited to notice. Notice the space around you.
Notice the
breath moving in and out. Notice the awareness in which it all appears. That awareness has no edges, no boundaries. It is not yours, not mine. It simply is. Silent, infinite, whole. And it has always been here, waiting for you to remember. Life will go on. The story of me will continue to play its role. But somewhere inside, you may begin to smile because you know the secret. The separation was never real. The loneliness was never true. The search was never necessary. You were home all along, and as this realization deepens, the way you live begins to change. You fight less. You listen more. You hold others gently because you see yourself in them. You forgive more quickly because what is there to defend? You fear less because you sense that nothing can truly be lost. Life becomes lighter. Not because the world changed, but because you did at the end of it all. When the noise fades and the masks fall away, only one truth remains. There is no separation. There never was. There is only this one vast living reality playing hide and seek with itself, appearing as you, appearing as me, appearing as everything. And when you feel this truth, not as an idea, but as the pulse of your very being, you will know. The illusion is ended. You were never alone. You were never separate. You were always whole.